I'm in here for IrishBoxingCom association with Winners Win. Pody McCroy, we are back officially. I know the announcement is set to drop very, very soon. Just the first question. I've asked this before, but why the comeback, and why do you feel it's the right time to come back?
Yeah, so I've been in the gym now for like on and off for the last few months, and at our last event at the Waterfront, um, I kind of decided then that I was in a position where I was able to have one last fight, and it's been a real desire because of my last performance wasn't great, and I wanted to finish pro boxing on my terms and on more of a feel good feeling. Um, so so yeah, just on on that night, I kind of decided myself, and then we met with the Waterfront, and we were like discussing dates for our next event. And I told the lads, listen, lads, I'm going to fight, and they were on board.
Okay. Um, I guess it's a fitting send off. Is it a send off party, or is it kind of just a rebuild and then it's kind of just roll the dice each time till a loss, if you get me, just like obviously previous people have done before?
No, no, no. This is the last dance. It's a send off. It's a send off. Now, in fairness, I was asked a question today by Morty, and we were discussing just about Kitty Taylor and Croke Park, and he was he mentioned to me about Luke Keeler and Jay Quigley,
Yeah,
and if there was one fight to keep me in boxing, it would be one of them.
yeah.
Obviously, they're doing their own thing, and they're trying to push a fight between themselves, and it's getting good traction. But if one of them guys weren't up for it, and one of them were willing to fight, that's the only thing that will keep me in boxing. Nothing else. No other fight at all. It's this is as far as I'm aware, this is my last dance. But if an offer came to me, the fight at Croke Park, Jason Quigley or Luke Keeler, I could not say no. This is
Like,
Spike O'Sullivan. What is Spike a late middleweight, is he?
well,
Or is
you
he a
can
super
you, you
middleweight?
can you can make it down, but like those three names have been thrown in the pocket. It's Spike. Well, Spike was kind of called out by Jason Quigley, and he was saying that
Okay.
if Spike wants to do it, let's do it. That we can agree the weight. That's fine, 100%. But I think kind of with Luke Keeler, it's I think it's Luke J. I don't think Luke kind of has that that kind of that it's just one way. That's Jay Quigley and Jay Quigley only.
Okay. Right, okay. Right. I don't know. I don't know. Listen, that's the first that I've heard that. Um and and they both they have me interested. But as far as I'm aware, this I I would be more than happy for this to be my last fight, the last dance.
Who's the opponent?
Nothing yet. We're hoping that Steve has something in place this weekend or soon enough. So we're just going to announce it as me kind of main event, and second to that we have a decent undercard. Uh, Connor Quinn's going to fight. In a title fight we have Tio Wallen, then his Kelly title which he won in impressive fashion in
Impressive fashion,
spectacular
yeah.
fashion. Yeah,
Just one. Has he gotten his belt yet? Because he's been putting up Instagram stories recently, like, "Oh, week one, no belt. Week two, no belt. Week three, no
he,
belt." Can you just provide us
he
on a
got it
brief
today.
update of where that belt is?
It's in his house. It's
Okay,
in his
good.
house.
Okay.
He got it today. So he's defending that belt in a good fight and a good step up. He's fighting a 13-2 guy, a good fighter, and probably a step up in pro boxing. Now, Kane Shepard was probably the home fighter and technically better and a, a very good amateur, but his next opponent, Rob Caswell, is 13-2. He's from a very experienced gym with a very experienced coach in Adam Martin, and it's a good fight for Teal, and one I'm confident that he's going to win, but it's a good test.
How do you go? Any update on the Galley boy?
Paddy Gall's back. He when this goes out, the announcing it'll be done tomorrow anyway. So Paddy Gall's back. We have
Sean
Dominic
Murray?
Carey. Hmm.
Sean Murray?
Unfortunately not. I think we did try and make that, but as far as I'm aware, it was turned down.
Okay.
Um, so it's not Sean Murray. Uh, so we're on the hunt for an opponent for Paddy. He's looking at an 8 rounder. He's already put in an order for tickets for 200 tickets. So another big crowd there to support Paddy Gallagher. I think this event's going to be much bigger and better than the last event. With myself in on it, with Theo, big crowd from Armagh, Cookstown, Dungannon area. With Connor Quinn, who done great tickets last time, he's moving up in weight. He's going to fight for a title. He's going to go straight into a test. So it's shaping to be a great night. It's looking like we're going to have 4 debutants, 4 people making their debut on the night.
Jamie Graham and who else?
Jimmy Graham and free to be announced.
Abby
I
McDonald,
have.
Abby something.
Hmm?
Abby. So it was a female. I can't remember the name.
There is a girl boxing on it. There is a girl
Okay.
boxing on it. My
Okay.
signing, it'll hopefully be announced this weekend and released early next week. I don't want to break or like dampen her like surprise to
Yeah.
people that
Yeah. No.
doesn't
No.
know.
No. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, we have her. But Debbins, we will have Bryce Collins, who's
Nice.
going to make his debut. Jimmy Graham. Who is the other one? I am forgetting.
Because
Unfortunately, I forget.
I seen on Box Rec Party that I think it was Bryce and Jamie that was supposed to be on the last card.
Yeah, Bryce was due to be on the last card and his medicals weren't through in time, which is all sorted. I was speaking to Terry when he was over doing Heels cuts, and he's very excited about what Bryce can do. Unfortunately, there's some guys missing out, and some guys that we would like to have on, but it's a Friday night, and Fridays in Belfast, we can't be starting at 4:30, so we're looking at starting at 5 o'clock. Um, Hopefully our broadcaster is locked in and announced soon.
Another big platform again.
So
Same one.
hopefully, mate,
Yeah.
that's what we're hoping for, but we'll definitely have something.
Williams live on the IrishBoxing.com channel. I hear as well, which is good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and then we'll run the we'll run the undercard then on televised on YouTube, and then television will probably hopefully start at 7. I'm gonna run with it. And a stack card. You'll have Paddy, you'll have Connor, you'll have Theo, and you'll have myself, and you'll have a float. Donna Carey looks to slot in there. You'll have Jennings.
Tiana
It's
Schroeder.
shaping to be. Hmm?
Tiana.
Tiana, no, no,
No. Okay.
no, not in this. Do you know what? I thought she was brilliant last time. A real good fighter. A great talent. She deserves some opportunities. I hope MVP or somebody picks her up. She's a lovely girl, but can really fight.
I guess I wanna take you back through your career, because I know it's the final dance. I just want to ask the question, some of your best moments and some of your highlights of your career, Party.
Yeah, do you know what? I spoke about it earlier on, and it's kind of like timing means everything. Like, I first time with Kieran Farrell, I got a fight at the SC on Ryan Burnett's undercard. And then after that, just 3 fights fell off back to back. So I started searching for new management. I got new management, and after that, I had 2 fights at the Davnish. My third fight at the Davnish, I produced a massive knockout, which got people talking. And then I spoke about going on the last man standing that was held in Ireland. I briefly spoke about it. They announced me on it. I never actually really agreed to it, but if I had it than that, I was probably a bit early in my career, and it didn't happen. I then went on the McCollins card. I took a fight with Sean McGlinchey, who was Commonwealth medalist, on 24 hours notice. And then after fight 9, after Steve Collins Jr., and a tough fight in the Falls Park, that was a special night, you know. McCollin, first night in the Falls Park, massive night. For Steve Collins, who was son of an Irish legend. and I got the win. And then after that, I accepted a fight with David Lemieux. And again, I was too green. Although I was old enough, I just wasn't like ready for that fight. And I then probably wouldn't have got the opportunities that I got because I would have been going there as a massive underdog. But I accepted the fight, and thankfully, TV turned it down and said that I wasn't on enough. So it fell through. And then COVID happened, and I got a fight behind closed doors, came back. Then I had Gorkov in the park, and many memories. But some that stick out: Germany, massive going to
Oh,
Germany.
the Germany heist. Yeah.
Germany was another one. Like we were 2 days away from like announcing main event in Galway for an EU title, and then we got a call to fight Leon Bunn, and we had to let on that we weren't training and we're like coming off the couch, and we took the fight, and kind of like the rest is history. But that's a special night. Walking out in the Falls Park as main event, getting sung out by Ryan McMullen. Main eventing at the SSC was massive for me also. That's a venue that I initially dreamed of fighting in, and I ended up being main event. And as I said, the Falls Park main event. There's just a lot. Even like co-main event for Crocker Donovan too, and like obviously the performance and the result wasn't what I wanted, but still in time, I'll look back at it with very fond memories. And now getting the opportunity to like close the chapter on my terms on a show that I'm like co-promoting with guys on it that I manage and I'm fighting on it. Yeah, so it's a full circle moment that initially I never even I couldn't imagine like at all. I when starting boxing, I think I made it very clear that I thought if I had a box for an Irish title in the Devonish's main event, I'd have made it. That was the pinnacle of my career, I thought. When I first signed pro, and I spoke about this with Kieran Farrell as well many years ago in Manchester when I sparred Graham McCormick for the first
Wow.
time
Wow.
before our pro debuts. Yeah, so I told Kieran, try and get me the main event at the Devonish that like I said I want, and I want to fight for an Irish title there.
Why the
And
Devonish?
because I used to go watch D Waltz there, and I used to go watch fights there, and the atmosphere, and it was just around the corner from me, and the atmosphere, and if I'm honest, I thought that was my ceiling. I thought that's where I was destined for, and that was me. Um, and listen, as I say, it came in a bit of hard work, a bit of help from a lot of like a lot of help from a lot of people, including my family, and I was able to surpass that and achieve more. And it's been a great journey to be fair.
I know one time that obviously, you went over to America to face Edgar Blanca. Is that a memory that you hold? I know obviously it was unfortunately it was a loss, but is that something that you hold dear to your heart as well? Even just the
Yeah,
experience of fight week.
that's right up there. That's right up there. Listen, it was a main event on a matchroom show in a different country in America. Initially, it was due to be in Las Vegas, and unfortunately, they changed that. But because I would have loved to have, like Kevin recently, walking down the strip of Vegas and seeing my name and lights in Vegas would have been insane. But Orlando, walking out like at the weigh-in and looking up, it was like a massive floor, and then there was
Yeah.
like a small balcony, and I looked up and I seen about 70 people going insane with the tricolor singing "Oh Pody McCrory," and like that's a very fond memory that nobody can take away from me. As a result, like made me go my way, and there was like people online that still now say, yeah, he's a bum or whatever. Like, but them memories are something that no one will ever take away from me.
Is will you keep in the boxing world party with the obviously kind of it's probably a bit of a stupid question with the management and everything else, but just obviously for the people
No,
who are wondering.
no, of course. Listen, that I've been working. on Hammer Boxing now for about 2 years. Um, and it's I get a lot of help off Jamie Conlon. And I'm signing another fighter, maybe another one on top of that. I'm putting in the groundwork, and I love boxing. I don't want to walk away from it, but 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 I'm also like a realist, and I realize that I'm a father of four, and I'm turning 38 the week before my last fight.
Wow. No birthday
And
cake.
no birthday cake, unfortunately. The show was meant to be on the 19th of June, which would have
Yeah.
felt perfect. You have 19th of June, my birthday 20th, and Father's Day on the 21st. But um, it doesn't take away from the fact that I'm getting the walk away from my own professional career on my own terms and close the curtain and continue to build Hammer Boxing with sending new fighters and hopefully going on to bigger and better shows. I think this one's going to be like the best to date. This is the fifth show that I've been involved in just over a year. So it's moving at a much more rapid pace than I thought it was going to. So yeah, I don't think I'll ever walk away like fully from boxing, and if I do, I'll be a massive fan of it all. But I have no plans in on leaving boxing.
Is I guess is management something that you always wanted to do after party?
Um, it wasn't. No, no. Like as I say, like my career's been quite fluid and things have changed a lot and time has been everything. So like management was never on my radar, and then I was in the gym and there was a few guys kind of struggling with management and fights and stuff like and Jared Hughes, Nolan O'Neill, and guys like this, and I was like, I could probably help these guys, because I like
You
have decent
have
contacts
links
in
and you have
Ireland.
connections and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I've decent contacts in Ireland. I've done it from the bottom. I've been on ticket deals. I've experienced that, and I've experienced what needs done, and I've passed on my experiences about like how to build a rapport with people who's buying ticket with it. Like you got to go and meet these people and thank them and give them the tickets and be thankful like and they'll come back to you and they always will and pass on like them experiences and I'm telling them what I've been through and how I got there. What is part of why I done it.
I guess obviously retirement kind of brings a positive with you be able to enjoy fatherhood kind of at a full time mode if you get me now. You know the times of not worrying about what food you can eat and what food you can't eat, and like if the kids asked, "Oh, Dad, can we go for ice cream?" Blah blah blah. You can enjoy them things now. And you can obviously when you're a full time professional boxer, you're training twice a day. You can't take the kids to school, and you can't bring them out for a game of football. But you can do those things now. I say that's kind of one of the most enjoyable things that you're looking forward to is kind of having that full time fathership with your kids and doing those kind of nice things if you get me.
If I'm totally honest, I have been doing them things for 12 months after my last fight, and I started to get like the urge to fight again, and I started to change them things. But I got to do all that, and it's been really enjoyable. But I said it again earlier. I don't want to leave boxing like with any regrets, and you're a long time retired. Some of the regrets that I'll have is not going all in boxing after like probably Germany. Um, I'm away, like it said to me about like potentially moving away and going all in and giving it everything, and I didn't because I
You
I
regret
enjoy being
that?
home. Yeah, I'll look back only on it's very much on a professional level that I'll regret that because I was very much a part time fighter competing at like an elite level, and I think that's where I was taught out probably. Um, but in hindsight, I probably wouldn't change anything. You know, on on a personal level, if it makes sense. But on a professional level, I do, and I will regret not not going all in and not pushing the chips in and saying this is what I'm doing. Full time, because I've always been a part time worker, being a part time boxer, and when we first got married, we were we had our first baby in 9.5 months. So virtually from I've been pro, I've been a father, I've worked, and I've been a part time boxer. So yeah, like that's a bit of a regret of mine. But in terms of not going all in, but as I said, if I had retired, I would have regretted now that I'm able to not giving it that one last go.
If you mind me asking, Pody, did you find that difficult to manage that kind of that three-way cycle?
Um, I never thought I did, but like because I get my wife is like she's a full time worker, like herself. So but she's massive help. She does all the football trainings and GA and
Bring
whatever
the
else.
kids to school and stuff, and yeah.
Yeah. I do the school runs in the middle of the day, but because I'm flexible like with my work, but looking back, trying to compete at like fringe world level, a world level, like it's not ideal. You and like my advice to anybody that gets to that sort of level, you should eat, sleep, and breathe boxing, and that's coming from experience. And I didn't do that. I found, and looking back, I was very much kind of like an in camp trainer. Like I trained really hard in camp, and outside of camp, I probably didn't do enough. But I still done much more than I ever dreamed. So I, I can't begrudge what's happened and what's came and gone. So the past is the past, and it's now just about looking at the future.
If you were to look 15, 20-year-old Paddy McCroy in the eyes and he's telling you about all these aspirations and stuff like that, what would you say to him? And you have to kind of tell him, oh, like this is what we're going to do. One, do you think he'd believe you? And two, do you think he'd be shocked of what you told him and what you said to him that has come?
Yeah, listen, I'm very much a pessimist, and I wouldn't have believed it. I wouldn't have believed that I was capable of doing what I done. I listen, it's on the grand scheme of things, what I've done is nothing major. Like, but to me it is. Like to me it is. It's a major achievement. Um, some people it mightn't be, but if me now speaking to me at 15, 16, I wouldn't like I would have never have believed it. Actually, I only had my first fight at 14, so I was only like amateur boxing about a year there. So no, I would have meant nah, man, you're nuts, because pro boxing wasn't really a thing then. You had the odd fighter, you had like maybe Ian McGee, Bram McGee, and then later on a bit, you started to get a few like Martin Lindsay and Kevin O'Hara coming through, big rookie, big person on the stage, like later on, like, but pro boxing wasn't as big as it is now, so I didn't foresee it. No.
Paddy McCroy, on that note, we'll see you in June. One last
Yes, mate.
fight, one last
One last
dance.
26th of June, Waterfront Hall, the last dance.
Let's go. Paddy, on that note, I'll
Thank
see you in a
you.
bit.
Cheers, all the best. Good luck.